sparks down on it. And there she goes. And there you go. Oh. One taper match. Enjoy. Right, let's talk a bit about tinders. There's all sorts of dry dead materials. I've just been out and gathered all these. The majority of this in here is dried cleavers, also known as goosegrass and also known as sticky willies. And as of before, I'll put all the Latin names in at the end, but I don't have to remember them right now because I know what they are, apart from the Latin names. When you made an ember, however you make the ember, whether it's from a spark or from friction fire or compression or solar or anything else, you want to make yourself what's called a bird's nest. And you can use any tinder that's knocking around, which is dead materials. But as you can see, this will actually shape and manipulate without breaking up. Whereas this moorland grass that we collected the other day will snap and makes a lot harder to make what they call a bird's nest with the grasses. So yes, you can use any material to make a bird's nest, but some are better than others, and the grasses are normally the best to make them out of, and there are lots and lots, probably hundreds if not thousands of different grasses to make a bird's nest out of. So the way round that I like to do is to make what they call the torch, and that's quite simply a load of larch or birch twigs. Then you can take any of this material and put it in the middle and it's going to stay there. Whereas if you try making a bird's nest out of another material, like we've got in here, it's just going to snap. It's not going to do anything. You can see all this is just snapping away. And yet it's all good tinder. But you can take this and put it in there and it will hold in there and you can make a flame from that. So when you make a bird's nest up, you want to get your grasses, make them into a little nest shape, a little bit bigger than this, yeah, and then put something softer in the middle, something more fluffy, for instance the Tifa fluff, which is going to help your ember ignite the bundle a lot quicker and a lot easier. There's also a lot of seed heads you can use. These were cotton grass, but again you can see how similar they are to the teeth of the seed heads. They're all silky, and they help that ember to establish itself in the bundle as you're trying to blow it in. And you would simply put the ember in there. I'll demonstrate this for you. Close it up and blow. There's already videos on the tube, on the channel, of me doing this, but I'll do it again just to show you with the different things. And the same with the torch method. Make a bit of cordage. As I said, this is nettle cordage that I knocked up out of a bit of dry nettle. That's dried nettles. They're easy enough to break up. Everybody gets worried about being stung by nettles, but nettle is one of the most magnificent plants out there in so many ways, from eating it to making cordage to making fire materials. You can make a bird's nest out of that, out of the dried nettle fibres. They make a really good bird's nest. But going back to this, like I said, you can put lots of materials in here that are snappable, that you can't make a nest up with. And the same principle again. You just put a core inside of it, of seed heads or moss, anything that's dry and soft that's going to catch and help that ember, and then you simply blow into flame. And again, this has been demonstrated already on one of the videos on the channel. The beauty of this, in comparison to this, is when this goes into flame, it's burning grass and you're going to burn your hands and you want to get rid of it quick. So you're rushing to put it into your fireplace, wherever that is on the ground, or your fire pit, and adding your kindling to it. Whereas this comes with its own kindling. You can turn it round, manipulate it, you can hold on to it. You're holding on to all the twigs. You're nowhere near the burning bird's nest. And you can, as I've demonstrated in the other videos, but I'll show you again. Really good idea, and gives you then a lot more versatility to doing things. You can also use birch bark. Again, the papery stuff on the birch bark, you can peel that off in little strips. Add that into the centre of your bird's nest. The oils in it, as you've seen, the betulin. I'll get it right this time. And the thin bark, paper thin, and strip it down and drop lots of little strips in there. It all helps to get it going, and that's what you're after. At the end of the day, you want to get a fire going. Just break it up, shove it in there. And you can add a bit more goose grass if you want a bigger bird's nest. Just manipulating it round into that kind of shape of a bird's nest. We'll drop that bit on top, and it'll just eat itself in. And that's about what you're looking for. That kind of size, with the core put in it, ready to place your ember in. And that's how you set them up first. These obviously take a little longer to make, but give you a lot more versatility, and you can use them as a little torch for a short while. So we've got to talk about cordage, natural cordage, and making it. The reason for that is you want to know how to make a bit of cordage to tie this type of thing together. And of course you both drill strings, because you won't always have a shoelace or paracord or something with you, and it's nice to know how to make them up. So one of the best nettles here in the one of the best materials here in the UK is nettle. I've found there's lots and lots of materials that you can use. It's all the same sort of principle. It's all fibrous materials. And here's some cordage we made out of some grasses. And the idea is that you will pull a strand of your nettle out when you've shredded it down. Get whatever thickness you want. I'll just start with these thick pieces. Find the middle of the pieces you've got out roughly, and give them a twist together with your thumb and fingers until they make a loop, and they'll naturally make a little loop. And then you want to hold that between your thumb and finger, twist one side and bring it over, twist the other side and bring it over, and just keep repeating that as you twist and you twist, keeping the strands separate, and twist again and twist again, And this is the same principle you can use on all fibrous materials, be it nettle, be it bark, be it grasses. There's a lot of things out there you can use. I can't show you them all, there's hundreds of them. Another thing you can use, and you shouldn't be worried about using, especially for the likes of the torches and things like that, brambles, grasses, ivy, strands, anything that's not going to snap on you if you want to tie a knot in it. And as you can see, with a short bit of twisting, you start to get a string. And you just do that, and you continue doing that as long as you like. And when you start to run out, you can add in, just keep going a second. Let's just add a piece in. So if you get another piece, like I said, I'm just using some thick old stuff I've got here. You can take your time with it, make it as pretty as you want, but if it's for a quick job, it doesn't really matter. So you get another strand, cross that over the top of that, and then simply twist them two strands together and bring them over, holding it with your finger and thumb. Twist again, bring it over, and just keep repeating the process, and twisting and twist and twist, and that strand is locked in there now. It won't come out, and you can cut all these ends off later, and if you want to tidy it up, you can use a lighter or a flame and quite simply just gently singe them off, and you'll end up with a piece of cordage. So I'm going to go away and finish this one now. So, as promised, I'm going to tell you the Latin names of things. If I can get them. I need my glasses. Huh? Cleavers, which is goosegrass, sticky willies. It's Galium aperine. That's the Latin for it. The larches, which I should have remembered, are the larix. Nice easy one. And the cotton grass is Eriophorum angustifolium. Sounds like I'm auditioning for Harry Plopper, doesn't it? Oh well. You can use other things. Fireweed, the seed heads off that. Old man's beard. If you're not sure what them they are. I could do another video showing you all that lot. You can use fine tree roots, often from the pines, but other trees will do if the roots are fine. You normally have to split them down to get them to go into a lashing for bindings and such. And that's about it. But if you want to see how to make cordage out of different materials and that, drop me a line and let me know.